Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. As you already know, this is your US General 5-drawer tool cart with side tray and deep compartment. And as always state, as usual, I always keep my signature lingering somewhere in the background, my Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Okay, today is Sunday. I'm just now making it over to the storage. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do a little review today while I got some time. What we're going to talk about in today's segment is some different solutions in charging systems, whether you work in a professional field, in a professional settings and shop, or whether you just a normal weekend warrior DIYer, and what is out there and what you can just basically use, to get you by in certain particular applications, certain jobs when needed. Okay, so we ain't gonna go too hard in an introductory or anything like that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna dive right in. Let's get to it. Okay, as you can see here on the side tray, what you're taking a look at is a platinum die-hard booster pack. Okay, this is something simple and light, something that everybody is basically, familiar with. Where that you can see, you have your jumping cables, you have your negative post, and then you have your positive post here. Okay, I'm not quite sure exactly what the number of the model is. I've had this for quite some time. I actually discarded the box, but in this particular video right here, I am gonna go through a few items because I do have a wide different variety of charging system solutions when it comes to battery chargers and jumper packs and so on and so forth. In the past, I have put out videos with newer brands such as Nocogenius, so I will come back into that with this particular video. But just to give you an idea, you know like I said, whether you work in a professional settings or whether you're just a weekend warrior DIY, in most professional settings we actually use different type boosters and bigger packs that put out a whole lot much more amperage and voltage. Okay, so just to give a good idea, because there are people out there who are unfamiliar and don't have a mechanical background, so this is basically going to be more directed for the actual individuals out there who actually do not have a mechanical background, because when you're putting up the tool reviews and tool hauls and some things of that nature, you got a lot of people who are looking in, once again, who don't have a mechanical background, and they look to us as the professionals who use these tools daily, okay, to get a good idea in a sense of how the tools operate, what they're capable of doing, whether they're professional grade or whether they're not. Okay, so we're gonna get to it. Okay, before I begin this part of the video, I just want to inform every individual out there who's taking a look in. I'm not sponsored by basically any tool brand or anything like this. This is my own personal equipment. I have had these items for quite some time, okay, but in the professional settings in the shop, they weren't technically needed. So, when I move things along from out the shop, okay, I just brought it along in the storage, but I do have intentions on discarding some of the items because at this particular point, they're really not needed, because I do have particular boosters that are a whole lot much more stronger, which you will see. But for your weekend warriors and everyday DIYers, you know these are the type of items that you can get along with, that's friendly as home users. As you can see here, this is a platinum die-hard maximum power booster cable kit. Okay, and as you can see, it puts out 450 amps. It's 20 foot with 4-gauge cables. Okay, the maximum amp handling power, 20-foot hood to hood, side by side, front to back hookup, 100% pure copper, pure power, terminal bite and clamp design, case and gloves and safety glasses is basically included in this case right here. Okay, so this is one particular option right here. Towards the end of this video, I will give the part numbers and so on and so forth. I don't have them offhand at the moment. I just basically pulled this equipment out from my storage. But as you can see here is the die hard auto detect ranging from 6 volts to 12 volts. This is a battery charger. Okay, it has scrolling digital messaging, reverse hookup protection, which is, reverse polarity protection, auto overcharge protection, hook attachment. Okay, and as you can see, has 6 amp fast charge, fully automated with intelligent charge technology. Okay, and then what you can see here is a diehard battery charger and maintainer. Okay, when it comes to particular items, just like this, just so to say, basically, when removing batteries from any vehicle, whether it's an automobile or whether it's a maritime water vessel, which is a boat, you understand, I would always highly suggest to use memory savers when removing a battery, to save certain particular settings in your computers, okay, and inside your vehicles. Becomes very handy. A lot of times, when you disconnect the battery incorrectly, you lose memory settings, whether, and especially depending upon, a lot of newer vehicles, where it's required, where you have heated mirrors and radios and all sorts of different types of technology, that runs through the vehicle. So, a battery maintainer is definitely needed. I would definitely suggest it. Okay, so just to give you a view real quick. Now, in my opinion, is this professional grade equipment? No, I would not say, that it's actual professional grade equipment, but it is something, for the home users and DIYers, to get through your particular jobs. I can't tell the durability, and how long, that they will last up to, it's according to, with just about anything, how hard you are on your tools and how well you take care of things, and store things away properly. Okay, so that's just about what that is. Let's get to it. Okay, and when diagnosing a battery and electrical systems and things of that nature, I always suggest that you get yourself, a good multimeter. As you can see, the multimeter here, it's not, the best of the best or the best top quality, but it basically do get me through what I needed to get me through when it's needed and when it's called upon. Okay. As you can see here, this is a test light made by Mac Tools. As you can see, this is a circuit tester. And as you see, the listings on the front cover is for basically different models of the same version. The version that you're actually looking at is the ET125D. This is the 6 to 12 volt circuit tester. Okay. Um, as you can see, the numbers on the bottom is 0001-002-2564. Okay, and this is made by Mac Tools. Okay, as you can see here, and it basically, gives it your descriptions on the back. Okay, so I do, suggest and advise, that you keep these items around when needed, when called upon. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, now we're gonna move into the higher quality of things, moving into more of a professional grade series. And as you can see, sitting at the top of the tool cart, okay, this is the Noco Boost Pro. Okay, this is the GB150. As you can see, 12 volts, put out 4,000 amps. Okay, this is the ultra safe jump starter. As you can see here, this is the original manufacturer box. I purchased this item quite some time ago, when I was working in a shop. We did actually have, a decent booster pack, but there used to be times where the pack that we was using inside shop wouldn't turn over certain vehicles, and more than likely we always had to use another vehicle to turn the vehicle over just in order to get it into the shop. I don't really rely upon shop tools. I really rely upon my own tools, especially when I'm called upon, to do certain particular work. So this is for what reason why I did pick up the Noco Boost Pro back then during that time. Okay, which you're taking a look up at here. As you can see, this is the Boost Settings Keeper. Okay, it's 30 inches, 76 centimeters. Okay, this is for the memory saving settings. Okay, this is a second attachment that would connect to the Noco Boost, as you can see here. And basically what we have here is the XGC4 Noco 56 watt power adapter. This is the super rapper adapter. Okay, this does actually charge this unit quite fast. Right here I have part of the adapter out at the moment, as you can see, what type of connection that goes inside the unit, which would actually go into a wall. Okay, and then it also has another connection. I just actually have the items, in the box, but just to give you, a good idea of what the rapid charger looks like. Okay, and to give you the part number once again is XGC4 56 watt power adapter. Okay, and basically you can see here, okay, what it's more enough compatible with, which is the GB70, the GB150, and the GB500. Okay, which is 14 volts, 4000 amps, and the Noco XGC. Okay, so to give you a good idea of, you know, what the original manufacturer box looks like and what it puts out, as you can see here on type A, type C, then you have type G and type I. Okay, there are different connections that basically come with this unit as far as charging solutions. This is a very excellent item right here, and my suggestion, someone asking my opinion about this Noco Boost Pro and would I recommend it? Yes, I would recommend this. I highly actually recommend this. When I did purchase it, I did get a more than a few opportunities to use it while I was back at the shop, when I was still employed during that time. And each time that I actually used it, I actually didn't have no issues with it. Um, Basically, me purchasing this adapter right here was even more of an excellent purchase, to solidify the deal, when obtaining this right here, because when you first purchase these, it takes a while to charge them up, off its regular system. And when I got this, it basically didn't take no time to actually charge the unit. So, for anybody out there who haven't seen this but actually has the unit, you know, I recommend you, to get this right here, which is the XGC 54, and take a look into the settings keeper. The part number for the settings keeper, I don't know if they list it here on the box. The XGC, it's the XGC. Okay, so that's just, to shed a little light on some different charging solutions. As you can see, I just showed a different variety, of jumper packs and jumping solutions. I know most viewers that are taking a look at the video right now, they're probably saying, why do I need so many jump packs? Well, as you know, I'm not a DIYer, and I actually did work in a professional settings in a professional shop. Unfortunately, my tool storages and everything right now is moved to a different location in the storage until I find new further employment at the moment. Okay, but in the process, before I actually purchased this particular item right here, like I said, I did have other items in my selection of equipment that wasn't necessarily being put to use due to the fact of the shop equipment. But a few of those items that I just displayed, in the video. I am gonna discard a few of them. I may even throw them out as free tool giveaways, once the channel reaches a certain amount of subscribers and so on and so forth. Because there's a lot of different equipment that I have. Okay, so technically it's really nothing to me. All right, so let's get to it. Okay, so yeah, pretty much, as you can see, just wanted to touch a little basis on, what options that are basically out there. There's more than a few different brands that put out good quality booster pack and jumper packs. It's not always about the items that I just showed you, but just to give you a little idea, what's out there. But it's always best to do your own research depending upon what applications you choose to use some of these tools and some of these items on. Just in my opinion, I have used the nocogenius boost, as you can see. And as you can see down over here, the first die hard booster pack that I showed you, I have used that for quite some time in the past. The other items, as you can see, they were still packaged up in their original manufacturer packaging, so I never got an opportunity to basically use them for what they really are. But as you see that I did purchase the noco genius boost, that will be my go-to, because in my last days in the shop I was using it quite more than often, so I do know how it operates and know how it works. Okay, I've never had any issues with it. And from my standpoint, in my opinion, if somebody asks me, is it worth the value, or is it worth the purchase? Yes, that 150 is kind of expensive. It ranges, in the $299 mark, roughly around $300. If you are capable of seeing it on a sale, you may be able to get it for roughly about 270, 280, but they are quite expensive. They have less inexpensive genius boosts. The one up underneath it, I believe, is the 70, which is good also. In my opinion, I wouldn't go out my way to purchase the 40. I've heard at times, but I can't judge because I never had the 40. Okay, so I'm not gonna put out any information on a product that I basically never used in a professional settings or not. But when it comes to the 70 and the 150, yes, I definitely highly recommend them. You know, depending upon what an individual's budget is and so on and so forth. But that's just basically what it is. I'm gonna wrap up this part of the video into that next tool haul. I do got some things coming along. I did order a couple of things that I'm actually waiting for. So when I get those things in hand and I receive them, you'll be the first to get a bird's eye view, just as well as myself. So everybody enjoy your Sunday out there. Have a good blessed evening. All right, check you later. Peace.